Hello everyone. Um, so today we are going to just first let me see the stream has started or no. So we are live now, and today we are going to see about transformers, which are basically used for natural language processing and natural language processing and tasks like text classification, named entity recognition, and other things. So first, let me see who have joined us in the chat. So if anyone can just say hi, so I get to know that we are live. Okay, so Vedant is already here. Hi, Vedant. We have two people watching right now. Okay, so I think we will just get started and we'll not wait for others to join. They can see the recording of this afterwards. So, as I said, today we are going to see about transformers, which are considered the backbone of ChatGPT. So, transformers are basically a neural network architecture that are being used to train on text data or text corpus, and they transformers are considered many state of art models that are SOTA models that are best in the industry are made with transformers such like bird distill bird. So just directly jump into the notebook and get started with transformers. All right. Yeah, so this is the notebook that I've created in which we are going to learn about transformers. So first, today we are going to see about the pipeline API from transformers. So transformers is basically a library from Hugging Face, which is open source organization that maintains all the open source state of the art models. You can see their website on huggingface.co, that's huggingface.co. So let's directly jump into our code. So first we have to connect our runtime in Jupyter Notebook. So once we get connected, we will be ready to start writing our code. This whole notebook is written in Python. So we are not using any advanced level of Python, just familiarity with Python or basic knowledge of Python is fine. So here we can see the timeline of transformer models. So in this image, all these models that are present are transformer models, and so first is GPT, that is generative pretext transformer, bird, XLM. So this is just a timeline of all the transformers, how they evolved in this time and till so you can see GPT-3 which is being currently used, GPT 3.5. So this is just the timeline of transformers. So just add text over here. Let's get started. Now, so as I said, we are going to do natural language processing. So the text which we are going to use is this text over here. So the text is, Dear Amazon, last week I ordered an Optimus Prime action figure from your online store in Germany. Unfortunately, when I opened the package, I discovered to my horror that I have been sent an action figure of Megatron instead. As a lifelong enemy of deceptions, I hope you can understand my dilemma. To resolve this issue, I demand an exchange of Megatron for the Optimus Prime figure I ordered. Enclosed are copies of my record concerning this purchase. I expect to hear from you soon. Sincerely, Bumblebee. So first, let's understand. So this text is like, I've chose this text because it will fit perfect in all the scenarios, and so I will be able to explain you things more clearly. So in this text, it is a customer query to on Amazon website, in which someone called Bumblebee had ordered a Optimus Prime action figure from Germany, but due to his order getting displaced, he instead got the action figure of Megatron, which is villain. So as we are learning about Transformers today, so I took example which is similar to Transformers. So Transformers is a Hollywood movie about cars and robots. So Optimus Prime and Megatron are the two characters from that. So first, just let's initialize this text, and all the natural language processing which we are going to do today will be based on this text. Fine. So first of all, we will need to install the Transformers library to actually run our code. So in Jupyter Notebook, if you want to run any terminal command, just add exclamation mark and you can run. So like if I do pwd, which is present working directory, it will give it. If I do who am I don't think this will work, but let's see. So root, so basically there is no user, so it says root. But now let's jump to our main command, that is pip install. So pip is the package manager for Python, and it installs all the packages for Python. So we will install transformers package, and we will install one more thing, that is sentence piece, which is sentence piece, which is another dependency for transformers package. And we will just add a flag quite, so it will not show all the logs, it will just show the downloading logs, and it will download the library. So as I said, we are going to see about the pipeline API, which is the highest level of abstraction in the transformers library. Fine. So what this means is, when we work with text, we go through many parts which are just fitted in this pipeline. So you don't need to go from one thing to one thing. You just run this pipeline function, and it will just handle all these one things for you. Fine. So we will just import it from transformers import pipeline. Fine. So we will import pipeline now, and once this gets imported, we will run some code using this. So it's still running. Let's see how much time it takes. So I'm connected to a Jupyter notebook, so it takes time sometimes because it is connected to a cloud computer. So yes, the code ran in 11 seconds, and we have imported pipeline. So if you want to see what type is pipeline, we can just check that. So we understand that we have like successfully imported it. So it's a function, as you can see. So we will now uh, I have made a list of tasks already, so I don't forget in the stream any of the tasks. So we are going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to see 6 tasks today, which is text classification, question answering, and NUR, which is named entity recognition, summarization, translation, and text generation using transformers pipeline API. Fine. So we are going to use this text to perform all these tasks. So let's initialize this text and this list. Um, Now what we need to do, we will go for our first task, that is text classification. So let's see how this is done. So first we will just initialize a variable called maybe classifier, and we will give pipeline function, and we will just add this text classification. Fine. So after running this, it will load some progress bars, and it will download a best state of art model present on Hugging Face open source hub, Hugging Face hub. It will download a model, and we can directly start to get predictions from it. So let's see. We will just do CLF means classifier output is equals to classifier, and we will pass our text into this. So as you can see, the code has ran, and now we will check what text classification has it done on this text. Sorry, I printed the string instead of printing the variable. Yeah, so you can see it has labeled this text, which was up here as negative with a confidence of 97%. So we can clearly see that this customer query is negative because order got misplaced. So with just this function pipeline, we can do a text classification very easily using Python. So you can see it has labeled this text negative. If you want to check for other sentences also, we can take. So let's make a other sentence like I my favorite color is yellow. My favorite color is yellow. Okay, so this text should be positive because there is no hate word or anything in that. So if we again see, if we try to print the output from our classifier by passing it the other sentence, we'll see it's positive with 69% of confidence. I don't know why it is not that confident, but you see that it has labeled this sentence as positive. So you can take any piece of text and pass into this pipeline function using when it is initialized for text classification, it will label your sentence based on its whether it is negative or positive. You can get other models also from Hugging Face. So let's see how we can get other models from Hugging Face. Suppose you don't want to check whether this is negative or positive. Instead of that, you want to check that whether this what is the emotion in this text. So if I talk about emotion, it could be joy, it could be anger. So what you need to do in these scenarios, just let me switch my tab from the stream. Just go to Hugging Face dot Hugging Face go. I'll just switch my tab on this. Hmm, press I will just switch my screen on that tab. Yep. So I will share this. So when you go to models, you have to just write emotions classifier, and you can see here is a bird emotion classifier already listed, but it has zero download. So I will not like to use this. Always go for the one, or you can just go to this sidebar and check according to your needs. So suppose I want text classifier and I want one for emotions. So you can see this one has like downloads of 6 million, something around 6 million, and it gives like lots of emotions. So we can, what you need to do is just copy this models name and go over here, and let's create a new variable emotion classifier, and you need to just pass it in the pipeline function with the parameter model. Fine. So once you pass this, it will again go with some progress bars and download this whole model from the Hugging Face hub. Let me switch the screen first. Um, present. Yep. So as you can see, I've created an emotion classifier variable, and I've put the uh, pipeline. I've initialized pipeline function with the parameter model, and I've passed the string that I copied from Hugging Face Hub. So we are ready to do some emotion classification. Check our this text only. We will check what is the emotion in this text. Fine. So let's go emotion. Let's create a new variable emotion, and emotion is we will pass the text into our emotion classifier, and it will give some output which we will just print. Sorry, we'll print emotion, not the output. So let's see what is the emotion of the text. So it's disappointment. So it has classified this also correctly because the customer is disappointed from Amazon. So you can see that without any big machine learning or anything, just with this pipeline function you can do so many things. So we are now, I think we are now done with our text classification task. We will just move to our next task, that is question and answering. So let me create a section for this, question and answering using fine. So we will now check. We will now see that how we can use transformers for question and answering stuff. So suppose first we will download a model. Let's make initialize model to reader. You can take any name of that, but reader is like it gives good overview of what the model is, and the we are going to pass it with the parameter of question answering. Fine. So once again, it will go to Hugging Face up, and it will download the best model present. So as you can see, it has downloaded a model called Distilled Bird Base Caged Distilled Squad. So it's basically a model, and it downloads all the weights and everything of that model, all the neural networks of this model, and this all thing is will be stored in this reader over here. So let's just check output. We will first need to initialize a question. So let's suppose what does the user want. So what I'm basically trying to do here is I will pass this question to this reader model along with the text over here, and it should answer this question: what does the user want? So the user wants his action figure of Optimus Prime to be replaced with he wants what does he want? He ordered Optimus Prime, but he received Megatron. So the user wants his Megatron to be replaced with Optimus Prime. So this model should answer me that the user wants Optimus Prime instead of Megatron. So let's see what it does. So I will just pass uh, print. We will pass the question in our reader with question and context. You need to pass the context in context variable, which will include the text. And let's see. Yeah, so it has came with some score, that is confidence, and the answer is an exchange of Megatron. If we want to see this in good clear format, we can see it like this. Reader, it has written as a dictionary of Python. We can convert this into text also by just parsing our output. So as you can see, we will so this is a dictionary. So to access any variable of dictionary, we just need to do this, and I think it should an exchange of Megatron. So we can use transformers for question answering tasks also. So what does this does is it will go through all this text, and it will try to answer this question similar to chat gpt. Fine. So it has answered our question that the user wants an exchange of Megatron, And now I think we can move to our next task, that is NUR. So first let's know about what NUR actually is. So NUR is like named entity recognition. Fine. So what this will do, it will recognize all the people and organizations or places in the text. So as you can see in our text, we have this Amazon as a company, Optimus Prime as people, Germany is a place. So we will just pass this whole text in our model, and we will tell it to do NUR on this text. So it will tell us all the named entities in our text. So let's see how we can do this. We will tell it NUR reader and pipeline once again. So all this task is done in pipeline, fine. And we will pass it the task of NUR, and we'll just run this. Once again, it will download a best model which is present on Hugging Face for named entity recognition, and it will try. Once it gets downloaded, we will use it to identify the named entities in our text. So we'll just wait for it to download. That we will pass our text named names reader text. So when we pass our text to this NUR reader model that we just initialized over here, we should receive some names. So let's see what names actually this model gives us. So we can see it as like it is not in proper format. So what we can do is just convert this into a data frame, input pandas, and then pd dot data frame names. Uh, So when we will do this, it will convert it into a nice looking table. So pandas, we are using pandas just to do that. So you can see it has recognized Amazon as organization. OP, it's failed over here in or recognizing Optimus Prime. It just gave it the tag of miscellaneous. Germany, it has successfully classified to location. It has recognized it to location. Once again, it failed for Megatron, but it's fine. And you can see it has recognized some things very properly, but other things are not that clear to the model, but you get the goal, right? So you can identify all the named entities in your text using a NUR model. Next task. Now we will go to next task, that is summarization. So I like summarization the most because if my teacher gives me any task or any big story or paragraph, I will just get the summary of it using chat gpt. So you can do this using pipeline also. So let's go summarization using trans. Fine. So let's make a variable summarizer, and in our pipeline function, we will give it the task of summarization. Once again, it will load up the best model from Hugging Face, and it will load all. It will load the model on this Jupyter notebook with all the weights and neural networks. So we'll just wait till that will pass summarized. We'll pass our text into this summarizer model we just created now, and we'll tell it to print. Okay, so we have got an error which is telling your max length is 142, but your input length is 126. So what this is trying to say is that the model which we entered here is like the text which we entered here is just 126 character words characters long, but our max length is set to 142. So what we can do is just change the max length of the model to, like, suppose I just want 50 words. I think must be inferior than max length. User one is larger than the maximum possible length. Generation short. Okay, fine. So I think this has ran successfully. Let's check. Okay, yeah. So we have got the summary. We can just parse this using. So you can see this is a list, and there is a dictionary inside a list. So we will first access this dictionary using zero. So in this list, this element is at the zeroth position, and then we will pass it with summary text. So it will just return that summary text. So you can see it has returned us the summary, like Bumblebee ordered an Optimus Prime action figure from online store in Germany. When he opened the package, he discovered to his horror that he had been sent a Megatron instead, as a lifelong enemy of deceptions. So you can see how beautifully it has created the summary of this about text, which is this long. It has been cut down to like 50 words. So you can use transformers for some text summarization too. Let's move to our next task. I will just cut these outputs. These are making the book longer. Okay, fine. So our next task is going to be translation. So for translation, I think we will just try to translate this in Hindi or Marathi maybe, but I don't think there will be any transformer available for Marathi on Hugging Face Hub. So we will just go for Hindi right now. So just let me switch my screen once. Okay, we have some guys in the chat. Hello, Divesh. We have Sachin too. Sachin is. Hi, Sachin. Hello, 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 everyone. Okay, so let's not get distracted with the chats and go to the Hugging Face website. So I'll just move to the Hugging Face site. Let me check. Yeah. So we will need to search a model for translation. So just we will search over here. The Whisper Whisper Hindi translation. I don't think Whisper will work for us because Whisper is for audio data. We need it for text. So just a second. We'll need to search it over here. Let's go to translation and Hindi. Um, uh, I don't think we are getting the desired model. Okay, I've got one with these many downloads. Uh, let's see if okay, so what you can do, you can check it over here also. So my name is Pranav, and when you tell it to but this one is ZH, so I think it will translate the English text to Chinese. We need this one for Hindi. Let's check if this is available for Hindi. Opus MT, Opus MTEN. And for Hindi, I think it should be HR. Okay, let's see if it's HR. Yep, so we have got this one. So basically what it will do, it will translate our English text to Hindi. So I will just copy this from here and I will go to my Jupyter notebook. Share screen. So my Jupyter notebook is here. Let's create a new section. Translation using transformers. We are going to translate into Hindi language. We are translating English into Hindi. Fine. For now, we will just go with Hindi. You can like check for others also by searching on Hugging Face Up. So let's create a variable translator, and we have to just once again pass this in pipeline function with the model parameter. Like any model you search on Hugging Face and pass it over here, it will be downloaded in this variable. Fine. So you can do any tasks according to your needs. So we will just wait for this to download. Till that we will pass our text to the translator, print it. It's translating. We'll just wait for some time. Yeah, so it has translated our text. We will just pass this properly, like the one we passed above. So you can see it has translated this text into Hindi. It's taking time. We'll just wait. Translation pipeline object is not subscriptable. Okay. What did we did here? Fine, I understood. Output, and we will output. Fine. So first I was trying to parse this function, but now we will store the whatever this function translator returns in the output variable, and then we will try to parse it below. So this time this should work. You can see it takes a lot of time to translate into Hindi, and we have got our text. It says प्रिय अमिला पीछे पिछले सप्ताह मैंने जर्मनी में एक ऑनलाइन स्टोर से एक ऑपरे कार्रवाई की आदेश ऑपरेशन कार्रवाई की आदेश दिया। दुख की बात यह है कि जब मैंने पैकेज खोला मुझे डर हो गया कि मैं मेरे भेजने के लिए भेजा गया है। मुझे लगता है okay, so I think it failed to translate this successfully because there is still more progress for transformers to make in the Hindi language, but you can do some fine tuning. Like we are going to see fine tuning in the next series, in the next video of this series, where we will train this transformers specifically for our task. So for now, just like get the idea of we can use transformers for translation too, and we will now quickly move to our last task, that is I think text generation. So generation, sorry, text generation with transformers. So let's make a variable generator, and we will pass the task of text generation in the pipeline object, pipeline function, text generation. So it will once again download. So as you can see, it is downloading GPT-2. So GPT, it's not installing GPT-3 because GPT-3 is a huge model and it is commercialized. That means it's not open source. All these models available on Hugging Face are open source, and you can download its weight and code everything. So it has downloaded GPT-2. I think for this task we will have to create one prompt. So let's create one prompt first. So we will just first add one response. We will add response. I was sorry to hear that your order got misplaced. Just wait for a second. I will explain all this, and then we will do add text plus slash in customer response, and again add a response in front of this. Um, I think okay. So let's see our prompt. I think I have to print it or it will not be printed in a nice format. As you can see, it has came with this pen. So when we will put this inside print, it will print it in a nice format. So what we want our transformer model to do is continue writing in from where we left. So it will go through all this text, and then it will continue to write in front of this. So we will just now pass it. Let's get to our generator model. Hmm. Response customer variable, and we will pass the prompt. I think we have to pass the prompt for this thing and the max length also, just like we did over here uh, in summarization task. So in summarization, we fix the maximum length to 50. Similarly, over here, we will keep the maximum length. So let's go generator, and we will pass the prompt to it, and max length, let's keep this to say 250 words. Telling me there's some error, or let's just run this. The following model asks max length. Okay, I have there's a typo with my length. Yeah, so it will now generate some text in front of this. So let's see what it generates. Print response. I think we will need to parse this with 0, and then text. So you can see we left it here. After that, it has written something on its own. So let's see what it has written. So I was sorry to hear that your order got misplaced, and I have been unable to return your order. In response to that, I asked of you to keep quiet about the incident, and you asked you to return all your goods. When a new problem can happen, it can be troublesome. Excusably for you as an individual, you are responsible for your own actions, and I expect you to respect your rights. So I don't think it has responded us in the correct manner, but customer queries can just fine tune this model and use this model for giving response to their customers. So this model is not that good because it's GPT-2, so it's not giving that good responses. But you can go to a greater model and use it. So it has not given a good response, but you get the idea, right? To use pipeline to generate text and for various other tasks. So you can use pipeline for text classification, question answering, named entity recognition, summarization, translation, and text generation. So I think it did this task, and this task. Like these were satisfactory. I was satisfied with the output it given, but this too it failed to some extent. So it's machine learning model, so we cannot help with that. But you see that we can generate text or translate text or summarize text with just few lines of using this pipeline function. And that's set for today because we have finished all our tasks. And maybe in the next video, if you guys liked this video, I will explain what basically happens behind all these models and machine learning models. So I see Sachin laughing in the chat. Yup, Sachin, next time we will just try to fine tune these models and we will try to get better accuracy. So let me know in the comments if you guys want such video where we try to fine tune our model specifically for our task. So if suppose I want to do a task which is not available on Hugging Face, then we can train our model and try to do the task which is specified by me with just without training the whole model. We will be just fine tuning it, like we'll do just some little tweaks in the weights and everything that's related to fine tuning. So if you guys like this video, we can do fine tuning and understand the architecture of transformers in the next video. So that's it for today, and if you guys have any question, you can ask it in the chat over here. uh, any questions? By the way, I will share this notebook on the TFUG Nashik group, and also I will upload it on GitHub of TFUG Nashik, so you have access to all the code and you can just play around with those things. Let's see if anyone has any questions. Let me check how many people are watching. Okay, we have 33 attendees. Fine, so I think you guys not have any question. I have explained things very quite well, so you guys don't have any question. I will meet you in the next video if I get if I get good response to this video, or otherwise I will just make the next video. And thank you. Bye bye.